London wakes slowly beneath a heavy gray sky in the year 1534. Cold air drifts through narrow streets where timber houses lean toward one another, their upper floors almost touching. The stones beneath bare feet and worn leather shoes are damp from the night's mist. Somewhere in the distance, a church bell rings low and familiar, yet no longer comforting. Men and women pause as they hear it. A fish seller at the river's edge stills his hands. A woman carrying bread hesitates before crossing herself. Inside a church tower, a priest pulls the rope with care, listening to the sound echo across the city, wondering who still listens in faith and who listens in judgment. For more than 1,000 years, England prayed under Rome. Now, in this moment of history, prayer belongs to the king. No armies march through London today. No flames rise from rooftops. Yet something essential has shifted quietly, irreversibly. In 1534, the law itself has changed belief into a matter of obedience. The king has declared himself the supreme head of the Church of England. Rome is no longer named. The Pope no longer rules these souls, and London feels it first. The city moves carefully as morning unfolds. Apprentices lift wooden shutters without their usual chatter. Bakers knead dough in silence, the rhythm of their hands steady their eyes distracted. On the River Thames, boatmen speak in hushed tones as oars break the surface of dark water. Everyone has heard the news. Few dare to speak of it. Royal messengers pass through the streets on horseback. Their cloaks bear the king's colors. Parchments are tucked beneath their arms. Armed guards follow their boots, striking stone with deliberate weight. Faces turn away as they pass, not out of disrespect, but caution. In this London, faith has become visible in dangerous ways. Inside the churches, familiar rituals continue. Candles flicker against stone walls, darkened by centuries of smoke. Painted saints gaze down from faded panels. Worshippers kneel as they always have. Merchants, widows, craftsmen, children taught to bow their heads before they can read. Yet the atmosphere has changed. A priest steps to the pulpit and pauses. His words are measured now. The name of the Pope no longer crosses his lips. He feels the weight of eyes upon him, not only from heaven, but from the pews. He knows that among the faithful may sit informers, neighbors, listening not for truth, but for error. Some clergy accept the new order without resistance. Others fall silent. A few quietly disappear from London's streets, leaving behind empty rooms and unanswered questions. For ordinary people, prayer no longer feels safe. A whispered devotion might be overheard. A gesture made too openly could invite suspicion. Faith once shared freely now feels like something to be hidden. Across the city, parchment waits on wooden tables. Quills scratch softly as names are written. Men of position are summoned, judges, officials, respected citizens. Each stands before an oath, its words simple in appearance, merciless in consequence. To swear loyalty to the king as head of the church is to live. To refuse is to risk everything. Hands tremble as some sign, quickly eager to escape the room. Others hesitate, staring at the ink as if it might condemn them. A few do not sign at all. In London, silence is no longer neutral. It is dangerous. Word spreads through taverns and markets, not shouted but breathed. People learn that belief is no longer judged by God alone. It is weighed by law, measured by obedience, enforced by power. Beyond the crowded streets, the city's religious houses feel the change approaching like distant thunder. Monasteries that once offered shelter, food, learning, and care now attract the attention of royal officials. They arrive without swords, carrying ledgers instead. They measure land. They count silver. They list possessions. Monks watch from cloisters as pages are filled with numbers. Some pray longer hours. Others quietly pack what little they own. The air is thick with uncertainty. No walls have fallen yet, but the future is already written. London's poor begin to feel the absence even before the closures begin. Places of charity grow quieter. Doors once open at dawn now open later, if at all. The city senses that this reform is not only spiritual, it is material. It reshapes who owns land, who controls wealth, who commands loyalty. By midday, the markets are alive yet restrained. Meat is weighed. Cloth is traded. Children dart between stalls, unaware of the tension that binds the adults around them. Conversations are careful.
Be silent now.
Words are chosen and discarded before being spoken. Eyes linger too long. Voices drop without reason. Who still keeps an image of a saint at home? Who avoids church altogether? Who speaks too freely of old beliefs? Walls are thin in medieval London, and ears are everywhere. As afternoon fades, the bells ring again. The sound carries over rooftops, across alleys along the river. People stop and listen, each interpreting the call in their own way. For some, it is still a voice of comfort. For others, it is a reminder that faith itself has become a test. Evening settles gently. Smoke rises from hearths. Doors close. Candles are lit behind shuttered windows. Inside these homes, prayers are whispered, softly spoken only to trusted souls. Parents teach children not just how to pray, but when to remain silent. London breathes but cautiously. No blood stains the streets today. No churches burn.
Protect us from
Yet by nightfall, the city is no longer the same. A single day in 1534 passes quietly, marking the moment when belief bends beneath authority, and authority learns how to cloak itself in faith. What begins here will echo for generations. Monasteries will fall. Lives will be lost. England will never fully return to what it once was. History does not always announce itself with violence. Sometimes it arrives with documents, with oaths, with the quiet fear of ordinary people who realize that what they believe may now determine whether they live in peace or not at all. And so the bells fade into the night, their sound lingering over a city, learning slowly and painfully that even faith can be rewritten.
Thank you sincerely for taking the time to watch this video. Everything you have seen here was carefully researched and produced with deep respect for medieval history. Your interest and continued support are the greatest motivation for me to keep exploring the past and creating more meaningful historical stories in the future. I truly appreciate your companionship on this journey. Thank you.